Hello. All right, so I'm gonna be making stuffed peppers. I know that I've made it on here before, but I feel like maybe this is an updated version. So I'm using 3 different colors of peppers. I'm using the Seeds of Change organic rice to add in the mixture of the hamburger. I'm using organic hamburger. I'm using this. I'm gonna put red onion in there. I'm gonna put pepper jack cheese in there. And I'm gonna chop up mushrooms and put in there. And then I'm gonna use the Newman's. But first I'm gonna brown the hamburger, because I just feel like, that way you don't have to do it raw. And then I'm gonna charbroil the outsides of these so that you get that outer layer off. Wash them. So those are I find charbroiling them helps them cook faster also. So let's get the hamburger, whoops, a different knife for the hamburger. I'm gonna get this in the pan, same pan that I'm gonna be using to make the peppers. That way all the flavor is in there. And I can drain out if there's any fat. It's a good way to just get the extra fat out of there. Is brown the hamburger first. Okay, get in there. All right. So I got the hamburger in there. I'm going to charbroil these peppers. So all I'm going to do is cut the tops off. I'm going to save these tops, these part, and add it to the inside. Super important. Get all of the pepper you can. And then always have just like a garbage bowl or some kind of garbage that you can just put your garbage in, like that, next to you. So you don't have to keep going back and forth to the garbage. Just pop these insides out. So you're left with just save these. Try to cut the top as high as you can, but then you still get a cup. Take these out, pop these out. Take the little stickers off of them. Get those little stickers off of there. This one doesn't have a sticker. All right, so put these on I'm gonna move this so you can see. Put the peppers. I'm gonna turn it down and have it on high. Put them on your grill. If you have a barbecue, do it on your barbecue. If you have a gas stove like I do, I'm just doing it. Okay, so let me grill the meat from behind so you can see the peppers. I don't want to take from this experience from you. It's phenomenal. So just keep on like checking them. This one doesn't want to stay. You might have to lean them against each other to get them to stay like that. And you want to hear popping. It's like the sound of popcorn. Grilling the meat. In that, so these are going to go, like I said, in the center of so you can grill these as well. Chop these peppers up because they're going to all be stuffed inside of the pepper mixture. So I'm just using 3 peppers, a pound of hamburger, a full thing of spaghetti sauce, any kind you like, a full full thing of seeds of rice, this amount of pepper jack, so I don't know, and then a half of a red onion. And I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. Just so you have all the ingredients. Very important. Have your garbage bowl next to you. Listen for the popping sounds. Turn these. Woo! Bella hates the popping sound. She thinks it's fireworks. It's okay, Bellers. I love it. It's like the sound of a fireplace. Hear that? I have them on medium heat, and so I'm just charbroiling the outside of the peppers to get that outer layer of the skin off of it so they cook faster. Chopping up the tops of the peppers, sticking them inside of the meat mixture that I'm cooking. Chop them any size you want. Put that inside the meat mixture. Oh, it smells so good. We need smell-o-vision. All right, then I'm going to chop the onion. Just a half of an onion. Any way you like. Any way you like it. That's the beauty of cooking, you guys. Make it any way you like it. Isn't that fun? I love to cook at home. I know what's going in my food. I know the ingredients are going to be amazing because I made it. So just chop those red onions. Get those bad boys in there. Get them in there. Show you what it looks like. So I've got the meat and the peppers and the onions. So just brown the meat. Season it with some salt. We've got some salt right here, some Himalayan salt. Throw that in there. Pop that in there. When you're a cook, you got to be good at a lot of things. You got to be constantly watching so nothing burns. And I like to open up my door. Want to keep my door open because normally I have a downdraft fan, but for the sake of the video, I don't want to run it because I want you to be able to hear me and I want you to be able to hear this pop. I've got salt on my hands. I want you to be able to hear all the pops and the quirks and jerks. Now, I don't wash the mushrooms until I'm ready to use them. So, I'm washing them now. I like to wash everything. I know they say you shouldn't wash mushrooms. And then I like to leave a little piece of paper towel inside of my mushrooms and put them back in the fridge. It keeps them, I'll come back to this. Oh, pop-diddy, pop, pop. Bella, you're loving this one, aren't you? You hear that? Snap, crackle, pop. Okay. Might turn it down just a tad. All right, now get these mushrooms. Don't forget about your meat. Stir your meat mixture. All I'm looking to do is brown it just a little bit so that I don't have to worry about raw meat. These are just quick ahead steps so you don't have to let the peppers cook all day. So if you do these few things, it'll just make your job faster. These are so you don't have to just cook them in your pan all day. I used to cook them in my pan all day. And then when the kids would get home from school, they would smell the peppers and say, "Oh my gosh, Becky, they're delicious." I'm sure they miss it to this day. These were my son's favorite. Stuffed peppers. My mom used to only use green peppers, but I don't like green peppers. I like all the colorful ones. So I always go for, I do like green peppers. They're okay, but not in stuffed peppers. I like green peppers like on pizza or whatever, but not when I have to eat the whole pepper. You know what I mean? These colorful ones, in my opinion, taste way better and look way better. All right, so pop the mushrooms in there. So now I've got the meat mixture, the mushrooms. I'm even gonna pop the rice in there. I'm gonna cook it all down first, and then I'm gonna stuff the peppers and kind of do it a little backwards. Na, 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 na. I love to cook. It's so relaxing. Okay, so you got all this in here together. Got the rice, the peppers, the mushrooms, everything. Ooh, that's hot. Golly, gotta move. A dog underneath you. Worried about the popping sound. Anything that falls off, like some mushrooms or whatever, throw it in. Now season it. Now it's gonna be seasoned with this, but I always like to do a little extra. Garlic and onion, put that in there. Sprinkle it in there, does it to your liking. Oregano, basil, and tomato, of course, goes with these. So put that in there. Pepper. Yeah, get yourself some pepper. Whatever seasonings you like, put in there. But these will give you just a basic what I use. I even like a little ground turmeric and pepper. I mixed ground turmeric and pepper and mixed it in this mixture, so it's always mixed together. And cumin, a little dash of that. I'm even going to put in a little chili lime, just to give it a little, ooh, that flavor. All right, so now, this is cooking. So let this cook a little bit longer, and then it'll be ready to stuff. If you have an egg, put an egg in there so it'll bind the ingredients better, but I don't have an egg, so I'm going to use the cheese to do that. So I'm going to use half of it in this mixture, grind it in there. That'll be my binding, because it'll be kind of sticky. And then whatever doesn't go inside of the peppers, I'm going to make little meatballs. Little tiny meatballs. So I'm going to save the rest of this. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to put it on the top of it. The top of the stuffed peppers. Okay. So the rice is almost done. Cheese is melting. Flavors are in there. Bomb. Oh, it looks. Okay, so these are almost done. You don't have to do these perfect. Just by doing this, it's giving it a head start of cooking, so they don't take so long to cook. And also, you're getting some of the layers of the outside off of it. I'm not too particular about getting all of it, but some people don't like to eat the outside layer. They think it's too hard. So this is a good way. Plus when you charbroil them like this, it gives them some barbecue flavor. All right, I think my meat mixture is done. You don't want to cook it too long. All I'm trying to do is just get it so it's not so pink, and saute the vegetables a little bit in all the mixture, just because it makes it more flavorful. I'm even going to add a little bit of bone broth in there to kind of cook it, steam it a little bit. And that's also another flavor. So bone broth, any kind. And then just let those flavors, mouth-watering flavors, go inside the pan. Oh my gosh, Bella doesn't like the popping, but she's coming over here anyway because it smells so good. So the cheese is going to be in there, and it's going to be like a binder, so it's just going to kind of squeeze all the ingredients together, so when I go to make my meatballs, it's going to be gorgeous. Also, if you have an egg, that helps. I don't eat eggs anymore, so I don't have any eggs. I do eat eggs when I go places, like every once in a while if I go out to breakfast, I will crave an egg and I'll just have one. I don't restrict myself, I just don't buy them anymore. Woo! Do you hear that popping? It's almost done. And then the fun part, we gotta rip the sides off. Time is all I got. Don't rush these, because this one just wants to fly off. You almost just have to hold each. Do you see how smoky it is? I'm getting the house all smoky. Good thing my smoke alarm is not in this room. It's only in the bedrooms. I used to live at houses where they were always right next to the kitchen, and I'd always set the smoke alarms off, and my dog is terrified of them. One time I was in a rental house, and I did that right when I moved in, and then one just wouldn't stop, and they were all connected. And so I didn't have any batteries. So I was like, oh my gosh, they're low battery as well when I moved in there. So I grabbed my dog, I took her to the closest store, grabbed the 9 volts. I didn't know how many I'd need, so I grabbed like 3 packets of 9 volts. And I'm like, I gotta stop this problem right now because my dog is definitely afraid of that sound. She gets so paranoid. All right, so this mixture is done. And then I came home, and it was just one that was in my bedroom upstairs that wouldn't go off. Or I mean, that had a bad one. And then I put one in, and then it was all fine. But every once in a while when I'd cook, there would be this one alarm that would just always go off because of the smoke. So that one we just totally took the battery out. Because you can't have that. Every time you cook, you can't have the smoke alarm going. So here I have a draft that takes the smoke out down below. But like I said, I'm on with you, besties. So I have all the windows and doors open right now. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day. All right, so turn this heat off. This mixture is done. I can't even touch that because it's so freaking hot. This is about how you want it right here. Ooh, that is hot. Hot, hot, hot. So now what I'm gonna do is transfer the cooked mixture into a bowl. Let's put this in our garbage bag. And mix it up for you, babes. Show you how I do it. Show you how I do it. Okay. Step by step, you know, I need a, yes, this is what I need. All right. So now stick this cooked mixture in a bowl. All right. And then all the beautiful flavors and stuff that's left in there, leave it. And then I was just pop, and then it pops it open. Put all this in, then turn it on low. Actually, put all this in there. A trick to get all of it is just put a little bit of water in there when it's almost all the way out. Shake it up. You don't want to waste any of that good. Shake it up, get it, and then just pour it in there, just like that. Okay. Wash my hands. Smells like popcorn in here. I burnt my. So get these started early because, you know, these peppers seem to take a while and they need you to be constantly turning them. So you might want to do the peppers first and have them cooling off first before you start all this other stuff. Okay? Okay. All right, that's good enough for the purpose of this. All right, so I've got the meat mixture. Look how yum that looks. She could smell. I got the meat mixture. Let's put that aside. And the spaghetti sauce, pretty much the spaghetti. Let me put it on low. Spaghetti sauce and all that flavor that was cooked with the meat is doing good over there. Now I'm going to get these off, these 3 peppers. Let me look at how they look. Charbroiled. Ooh, it's hot. See, if you do these early, then you have a time to get them cooled off before you have to scrape the sides. I didn't even think about that. So here's these, how they look. Just want to get them charbroiled. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get a towel so that I don't have to touch the hot pepper. Grab a paper towel in between you, and then you're just gonna scrape the sides off. It's gonna look like a tomato in there. And then they'll cook faster. And then you don't, for those of you that think, oh, I don't want to eat through a pepper, it's too hard. I don't like the outer layer, it doesn't work with my system. Or whatever the case is. They get a little bit more flavor. As you can see, they get a little more flavor. And also you're getting that top layer off, which is quite phenomenal. Ooh, this is running into a long video. Oh well. It is what it is. All right, so get all that off. Scrape all that charbroiled off of there, the bottom. Na, 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 na. La, 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 la. Makes me so happy. Can you hear the wind chime out there? This time of year, oh my gosh. You can hear the little breeze, you can hear the wind chime. I open up the window and you can hear the birds singing. You can listen to the squirrels playing and running around. So I just scraped the top layer off. And then you do that with all of them, okay? So I'm just scraping the top layer off of all of them. I say to myself before I get it out of bed, I say, you feel fantastic, Ursula. You've got so much energy, Ursula. Your world is up to you. You get to be the star of your show. You are the star of your show. And then every day I wake up, I get my dog her little bone, and she sits there and eats it. That's the highlight of her morning. I make some lemon water. I sit and drink my lemon water, check my emails, kind of just get motivation for the day, watch a few TikTok videos. I follow some phenomenally inspirational people. And it kind of just gets me pumped for the day, maybe do a little meditation, and just, and then after my water, I make some coffee. I have a cup of coffee, and then I do celery juice. And then after my celery juice, I sit down again and I start mapping out what I want to create today. What's the most important things on my to-do list? Get those done first. I always say work first and then play. I get my most important things on my list done. Take my dog for a walk, make a protein shake, go to the gym, figure out what I want for dinner. I usually lay something out. Today I thought, oh my God, stuffed peppers. I need stuffed peppers. So there's another one. Got the side off. One more. By the time you get to your third, it's not hot, so you don't need that barrier between you. And it's cooled off a little bit, so it just feels great. And they're a lot softer now. So now, instead of taking all day to cook my meal, I have made it for people who just want to come home and whip this together really quick. As long as everything is defrosted, your hamburger's just left in the fridge, get home and you can make this within an hour. All you're really looking to do is put this mixture in the warm spaghetti sauce and just leave it there for about a half hour to get all the flavors running through it. And then boom, you're ready for dinner. So now let's stuff these beautiful, my nose is running. Stuff these beautiful peppers. I've got the sauce going. Let's stuff these. Can you see? All right, so let's put this beautiful mixture in here of rice and mushrooms and the tops of the peppers, onions, bone broth sauce. Flavors. Flavors. Look at that. And look at that. Soft outside. All right, let me stuff them and then I'll add the cheese to the top of it. Normally I use Parmesan cheese, but I don't have Parmesan cheese right now. So I like to add Parmesan cheese in there too. Since I don't have Parmesan cheese, I'm gonna take it up a notch and just kind of put the pepper jack, because that's the cheese I have, on it. I like to add new things each time. Give it a kick of something new each time to just see which one I really like the best. And that's kind of what I do with my recipes. I kind of go with the ingredients I have, so don't be afraid to mix things up. You don't ever have to use anything exactly the way it's supposed to be. I don't ever follow recipes. I make my own according to my taste buds. So there's another one. Isn't that beautiful? Stuff it to as full as it can go. All this is making me cough. All right, so then I add the cheese, whatever falls Bella gets. She loves it. I add the cheese to the top of the stuffed peppers. And then just kind of get that out. And look at how beautiful that is. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. beautiful. I'll show you every one. All right, then add it to my pan of goodness. Now with this ingredients, add the rest of the cheese. So I'm gonna try to make meatballs with it. She needs a little cheese. And then I need a bite. The chef just gets to eat. A little piece of cheese went in here. Oh shoot. Ah! I don't want it to melt inside there, so. Oh shoot. Okay. There we go. Now just mix this together and try to make meatballs out of it, or just stick it in the sauce, whatever makes you happy. You grab it, try to make meatballs with it, shove them in there. Meatballs. Actually, it's kind of pretty crumbly unless you have an egg. So just put that meat mixture all around in the sauce. All right, and there you go. I'll come back with a bite of it. Probably have a bite at the end. Look at that. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's hot. Okay, so I just got back from the gym, came home, checked my stuffed peppers. They are amazing. And like I said, it's a really quick meal if you just do those steps that I showed you. Cuts through perfectly. I chose the yellow pepper to eat for the first one. I want you to see this. Look at this. Came home, got some comfy clothes on. Steam. And I wanted to take a bite with you. Oh my gosh. Combination of the peppers, the seeds of rice. Change. It's hot. I'll have it cool off a little bit. I was just hungry, so I'm like, I just want to eat with you. Woo! Left it on low the whole time I was gone. Any of you that have a gas stove know, gotta have a lot of sauce in there. But all the flavors, and with that cheese, they just, bomb. So, hopefully you make that. Thanks for watching.